the stations of KUAM, wishing you and yours a very happy holiday.
Confident and welcome to Weekend Edition. I'm Krystal Paco, so glad you could join us. They're the cases that had no resolution. In this weekend's top story, we resurrect a handful of unsolved homicides in hopes that in doing so, someone might come forward with information. Here's more. In October of this year, 37-year-old Sharky Rubin was found lying on the floor at his job, an auto body shop in Anigua. KUAM spoke with Rubin's boss, who said he discovered Rubin but didn't observe signs of serious injuries, just that he thought Rubin had been drunk. According to an autopsy by Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Aurelio Espinola, Rubin's death was a homicide, which he determined from watching surveillance footage from a nearby establishment which showed Rubin being hit by a car. No arrests were made in connection to this case. In June 2015, 37-year-old Melissa Diego of Inarajan sustained a gunshot wound to the upper part of her body. She died as a result of the injury, and her death ruled a homicide. No arrests were made. In February 2015, 46-year-old Kenster Eder was reported missing before he was found dead along Route 1 in Upper Tumon near the iConnect building. His cause of death was a result of physical assault. No arrests were made. This next unsolved homicide had a surprising twist when the main suspect was dismissed of all charges. Back in November 2014, Quadling Garong was driving through a dark Jigo street when she believed she hit something. When she stopped her car to check, she saw nothing. The next day, she saw on the news that 3 young girls, all best friends, were killed in a hit-and-run incident along the same stretch of road. The girls were 19-year-old Cherika Gallon, 16-year-old Sally Santos, and 16-year-old Julia George. The court dismissed the case earlier this year, only after the medical examiner determined Garong's 2005 Nissan Sentra wasn't the suspect vehicle, but instead a pickup truck. No new arrests were ever made in connection to this case. Also in November 2014, 29-year-old Isaac James was found dead in Harmon. James was a homeless man. His death was caused by blunt force trauma to the abdomen, chest, and back. No arrests were made in his case. In July 2014, 16-year-old Nicholas Regis Tolentino was discovered dead in his hair salon at the Hoffa Day Exchange. He was found lying in a pool of blood. His death a result of multiple stab wounds. No arrests were ever made in this case. And to one of the oldest of unsolved cases goes back 2 years on Valentine's Day. 17-year-old J.R. Isaac was struck by a car while crossing a dead-end street. No arrests were made. If you have any information on any of these unsolved homicides, you are urged to call Guam Crime Stoppers at 477-HELP. You will remain anonymous and may receive a cash reward if your tip leads to an arrest and conviction. Nearly 3 dozen bills await the signature of Governor DeCalvo, including one that would finally help improve over a mile stretch of road in the Harmon Industrial Park area. Ken Kitunidze has more.
It's an area that houses hundreds of residents along with dozens of businesses that employ thousands of workers.
The worst part is it's become a joke. Over the years, we've had all these little short patchwork programs. Let's fill a pothole here, let's fill a pothole there. But the reality is there hasn't really been a true consistent emphasis on repairing this region.
However, conditions could change for the Harmon Industrial Park with the help of Bill 285. The measure passed unanimously by senators last week. Bobby Stringy from the Guam Chamber of Commerce is a major proponent of the bill and encourages Governor Eddie Calvo to sign it into law.
So what 285 allows the business community to do, or actually in general the community to do, is to contribute upfront up to about $4 million to begin the process. In lieu of that, they would be able to avail tax credits over a 4-year period.
If signed into law, the bill would entitle credit of unpledged business privilege taxes to any business that contributes to the cost of the design, labor, and materials approved by GITA. Bill 285 was introduced on behalf of the Harmon Industrial Park Association, or HIPAA, created by dozens of business entities in the area.
Just to let you know, the difference in this particular program is that we're allowing the business community to come up with the cash upfront, like a true public-private partnership, and avail this over a 4-year period. So the impacts on the government's coffers are limited down to about $1 million a year.
Shringy says the bill isn't the magic solution, but a start. He adds while this would help alleviate traffic and provide a secondary road for drivers, Bill 285 may very well help improve other areas in need of road repair.
Imagine if we were able to duplicate the same model for the Tumon strip or the Picanel strip in Tamuning. Industrial zones where residents frequent, Tumon, definitely everyone frequents, they're having problems, and we need to fix these roads. So that's really what we're hoping 285 will bring to the table.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintanilla.
The Commission on Decolonization will be hitting the streets starting this coming Wednesday to hold several village discussions on Guam's political status. The Commission, along with the representatives from the 3 status options, will be present to provide information on self-determination and its importance, as well as what each status option means for Guam. The options are independent, statehood, and free association. The first village discussion is scheduled for Wednesday, December 14 at the Dedido Community Center, followed by the next one that will be held on Friday at the Maritzo Senior Center. And the last village discussion is scheduled for December 19 at the Barragata Community Center. All forums will be held at 6 p.m. It was back in July that the Cocos Island Resort was issued a notice of violation and $21,000 fine for solid waste violations. The violations included illegal storage, containment, and disposal of solid waste and stemmed from the lack of necessary barge to remove waste from the island.
Their barge is finally in, so they've been separating all their waste stream, and once it's registered and approved with the Coast Guard, then they'll be able to transport the rest of the solid waste that's on the property. And they've also resolved their notice of violations as far as the fines with Guam EPA.
Guam Environmental Protection Agency Acting Solid Waste Administrator Glenn St. Nicholas added that smaller waste had been removed back in July. However, the barge is needed to complete the removal of bulkier metal, wood, and plastic items. The Secretary of the Air Force, Deborah Jones, presented Guam Congressman Madeline Bardali with the Distinguished Public Service Award. The award recognizes Americans who have made significant contributions to the Air Force and its airmen, ensuring that the U.S. Air Force continues to be the preeminent air, space, and cyberspace force in the world. The award is the highest honorary award the Secretary of the Air Force or Chief of Staff of the Air Force may grant to a private citizen. United Airlines is spreading holiday cheer to the Guam Memorial Hospital. It donated over 1,300 pillows, 600 pillowcases, and 500 first-class blankets to benefit patients receiving care this holiday season. United Director of Sales Paula Monk and the Pink Ladies President Jenny Cruz.
We always provide donations to the Guam Memorial Hospital. So this is just another form of what we do to give. So they're always at top of mind because we know that there's a need out there.
It will definitely have a huge impact. We've visited the patients, and warm blankets, extra pillows will definitely keep them comfortable in their patient rooms.
Volunteers for the work.
The donation follows United Airlines' recent transition to its new business class product, Polaris. The gifts were transported to GMH from the United warehouse Friday morning. It's a tradition at the Pacific Islands Club. Every year, employees work to raise money for the fight against cancer. Over the last 5 months, they raised $20,000 and last night donated the proceeds to Guam Cancer Care and the Edward M. Calvo Cancer Foundation. Each received a donation of $10,000, and as they do every year, as part of the PIC Cares campaign, they held a luminary ceremony to honor those whose lives have been affected by cancer. PIC General Manager Ben Ferguson commented that the hotel is involved with many events throughout the year, but this by far is the closest one to their hearts because we all know someone who has been affected by this disease, and it humbles them to continue to contribute to the cause. It's guaranteed fun for all ages. If you're looking for a break from the holiday rush, why not take the family to the Guam Museum? Here's a look at their offerings this month. Families who once enjoyed the Christmas lights and display at Skinner's Plaza in Hagåtña can now return to the site and make new holiday traditions.
So what's happening here at the museum? For the month of December, we have some holiday events taking place.
Nicole Delisle Dueñas is the Guam Museum's Program Exhibition Education Manager. Among their holiday offerings, the museum is opening its front yard for all to enjoy Christmas classics. Free of charge, all you need to bring is a blanket and snacks.
The holiday movies in the park, so that's every Wednesday at 6, just right here at the outdoor theater. So right this side facing the Chamorro Village.
Last Wednesday, families cozied up to Home Alone and set to show on the big screen next week, or rather projected on the museum wall, is The Christmas Story. If you'd prefer a more hands-on event, visit the Guam Museum for Ha'anin Familia, or Family Day.
We have a customized Christmas ornaments painting activity on December 17th, and that's from 1 to 3. It's $35, but it includes 3 Christmas balls to paint, which the participants can take home. And that's with Talia Strohmeyer of Color Guam. So to register for that event, you can contact, actually go on the Facebook page and there's a registration link there, or you can contact the Guam Museum or Color Guam.
And if you're a lover of Christmas music,
we also have some holiday performances. We've got the Guam Territorial Band. We have the Guam Symphony will also be performing.
While you're there, you can enjoy the museum, which officially opened its doors last month.
This is something that's been culminating for a while. We've always had a museum, but have never had a permanent facility. So this is the first time that we have that. In addition to the exhibitions, people can come and just experience the space. We also have can have parties here or events. There's spaces also for rental, but we've got admission to the museum is free, while the exhibitions there's a nominal fee. People can come in and just kind of experience the space. The cafe will be opening up very soon, and there's also the Guam Museum store, and like I said, just kind of just to experience the space, the space of the museum and that history, and also of Hagåtña.
For a complete schedule of events, visit guammuseum.org. Check out their Facebook page or call 989-4455. Stay tuned. Next on Weekend Edition, we'll rehash some of the big stories of the past week, and still to come, the Guam Crime Stoppers Report. Keep it here.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
Do you want to get discounts at local restaurants like Lone Star, CPK, Capricciosa, Delmonico Kitchen and Bar, Manhattan Steakhouse, Tony Roma's, and lots more? What about 25% off on all natural and organic items at Payless Supermarkets daily? It's all part of Guam's largest rewards club, the Calvo's Lifestyle Club. Join today for free as an added benefit to being a Calvo's Insurance customer. Just show your Lifestyle Club card at over 50 of our rewards partners to start saving more. It's just one of the ways Calvo's Insurance helps you live a better lifestyle.
IT&E is giving away a trip to Manila, plus other fabulous prizes during our Stay In and Win prepaid promotion. All you have to do is stay in IT&E's 4G LTE network. Keep topping up load, and you're eligible to win. 10 winners will receive a $10 load every Friday during the promotion. Stay in for 3 months, and you can win a 3-month Hulu gift card. Stay in for 6 months, and you're entered to win the grand prize, a trip for 2 to Manila. Terms and conditions apply. See stores for details or visit ite.net. IT&E Motion Prepaid. Life in motion.
If you get nervous about having dental treatment, you're not alone. An estimated 35 million adults experience anxiety or nervousness at the simple thought of visiting the dentist. As your dentist, I strive to make your visit as painless or pain-free as possible. And I frequently tell my patients that in the 21st century, if we can give you medicines to put your tooth to sleep or medicines to take an infection or toothache away, we can surely give you something to help relax you and take all fear away. No one ought to sit in a dental chair thinking of bad childhood memories or fearing injections. If you're a dental coward, but you really do want your teeth fixed, don't wait until the pain is killing you. Come in, tell us your fears, and set up an appointment. We have convinced many that dental treatment doesn't need to be scary anymore. For your helpful dental minute, I'm Dr. Kenny Bourgeois of Paradise Smiles. You shall never know all the good a simple smile can do.
RT Trios at Ruby Tuesday. We've taken our most popular items and grouped them into 6 terrific trios, like the Ragin' Spices Trio, with black fire steak, Caribbean chicken, and a half rack of sriracha honey ribs. 3 classic items all on one plate. Now at Ruby Tuesday.
Hoffa, and welcome back to Weekend Edition. This is Rehash, where we recap the big stories of the past week. And we haven't done this in a while, so welcome back, guys. And I don't know if we want to start with the good news or the bad news first. So I know Nestor has bad news.
Well, it is the
Let's start with that. The bad news.
The Guam Power Authority has proposed and was approved by the CCU for a rate increase of 8.1%, which will translate into about a $14.76 increase per month for the average 1,000 kilowatt consumer. So the CCU, as I said, approved it, and so it now goes before the Public Utilities Commission, which has the final approval. The PUC can adjust it, approve it, reject it. Yeah, that's what will take effect in February of next year.
So heads up, if your New Year's resolution is to save money, you're definitely not going to save on your power bill. Ken has good news, also dealing with money.
Yeah, they're calling it a historic day for Guam, and it's very fitting because Guam just commemorated 75 years since the Japanese invasion to Guam during World War II. But Congresswoman Malin Berdalio announced this week that the war claims bill in the National Defense Authorization Act, it was passed by the Senate and was forwarded to President Barack Obama for his signature. This essentially would pay for war claims for survivors and for descendants of those who died during the war. And it's a long time coming. You know, there's been several attempts by her predecessors and with herself as well. So it's a very happy day for everyone on Guam. And once the president, Berdalio says President Barack Obama will most likely sign this into law, they'll set up this Foreign Claims Commission that will have like 6 months to put it together rules and regulations and to begin the process of for the claims to be filed. And so they expect if everything all goes according to plan and working together with the Trump administration for payments to be made maybe as early as 2018. So it's a very good day. Everyone was saying it provides recognition and it's kind of putting closure for a lot of these survivors and those families of those who passed to put this behind them.
Okay, and Issa, I understand you also have a story dealing with the armed forces?
Definitely. So it's that time of the year again. Operation Christmas Drop. It's the Department of Defense's longest running humanitarian airlift operation. And so they had the push ceremony just happening last week. And so if you don't know, Operation Christmas Drop is by the U.S. Air Force. Now it's joint with Japan and Australian Air Forces, but they basically take goods, toys, food, supplies that they've raised throughout the year, and they take it and drop it over some of the most remote islands in the Pacific. And so we're actually going to be going on that this coming week. I just wanted to add one more thing. Actually, last year, one of the airmen, his name was Jeremy Hake, he passed away during the operation. So he was honored at this week's push ceremony. His mom was in attendance. So we're really looking forward to going on the flight and dropping some Christmas presents to people in the Pacific.
So Santa Claus is coming to town for some remote Pacific islands. And myself, I covered a homicide investigation, or at least from the Chief Medical Examiner's perspective. Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Aurelio Espinola did rule 18-year-old Tartan Alton's death a homicide. And he says that there was no really obvious signs of injury, but when he opened up the deceased neck, there was hemorrhaging, there was bleeding. So it appears to be a choking death. So an investigation is underway. I actually visited the victim's home in the Dededo-Jigo area, and then the family have identified him. They do say he was a recent Okudu High School graduate. No arrests have been made on this case, and police have at this point provided limited information. Maybe they're trying to decide whether or not to reclassify it as a homicide investigation. But also, if you see in the newscast earlier, we did have a bunch of unsolved homicides. Remember, you can always call 477-HELP. That's Guam Crime Stoppers. If any of those stories, if you have information on any of those stories, and if you want to give us a news tip here at the KUAM News Team, email us at reporters@kuam.com. Easy as that.
The Down Syndrome Association of Guam exists to support families of individuals with Down syndrome. We're a group of parents who have children with Down syndrome and know the joys and challenges of raising them. For more information about the health, development, and education of a child or adult with Down syndrome, please contact Vicky Ariola at 472-6114.
We're celebrating Hyundai holidays at Cars Plus and Mighty. Get a head start on Santa and save thousands this Christmas with the award-winning 2017 Hyundai lineup, like the Hyundai Accent starting at $13,995 or the Hyundai Elantra starting at $17,995. How about the beautifully redesigned Hyundai Tucson starting at just $22,995? And best of all, every new and perfectly used vehicle comes with a Ganya Shopping Center gift certificate and up to $3,000 in bonus cash. Visit Cars Plus today for big savings and easy financing during our Hyundai Holiday Sales Event. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Tourism is Guam's #1 industry. It creates jobs and brings in spending. When a visitor comes to Guam, they spend their money on hotels, on transportation, on shopping, on dining out. They're happy they came to Guam. You know who else is happy? The hotel they stayed in and the bellman at the hotel. The tour bus drivers and tour guides. The stores they shopped at and the banks they used. The restaurant and the waitress, the supplier who delivered the ingredients, and the farmer who supplied the produce. From real estate to retail, tourism has a positive impact on every industry. When tourists pay taxes, it means locals pay less. Let's make sure our local economy grows so it becomes strong and healthy. Make Guam a better place to live, work, and visit. Support tourism.
This is what precision looks like, helping you see what's hard to see, thanks to Terrain Denali's Side Blind Zone Alert that uses radar to watch your blind spots. So it's true, Mom does have eyes in the back of her head. The new, meticulously crafted 2016 Terrain Denali. From GMC, this is the precision of professional grade.
Visit AutoSpot GMC today for great offers. We are your GMC dealer of Guam.
If there's one place in the world that you want to feel safe at, it is, of course, in the sanctity of your home. So Officer Paul Tapao is here, and we are talking about home safety tips. Officer Tapao, hi from the other side of the Christmas tree.
Hi, it's Christmas already.
Yeah.
So, what better way to segue into this segment with, Christmas safety tips and, of course, securing your home. And, we've been seeing a lot of burglaries occurring, especially during this time of year. And some of the things that we were talking about prior to shooting this the series was actually about how we can protect our home. Of course, there's always the lock and secure your windows and make assessments throughout your homes, but now we're getting into the technology age, and you mentioned some good CCTV footage and some inexpensive homes, and we're starting to use that in the Guam Police Department as part of our aid to assist our officers in closing investigation, and it's evident in some of the cases which they've handled. If you can also touch bases on that.
Yeah, because that data that gets collected from those closed circuit television sets, or if you have an internet aware TV rig that you can even look at on your smartphone anywhere in the world, that's direct evidence that you can use through your investigations.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen it. We're actually using it, and a lot of our detectives have actually stressed that when I go out into the community, one thing I emphasize is any CCTV footage that you have is an asset to your community, an asset to your home. And to touch base in the community, some community watch programs that have already stood up, they actually have a database of homes that have CCTV footage that can assist officers. So, that's one of the things too in securing your home and having a safe home is the old-fashioned lock and secure doors and windows, but also investing in CCTV footage. And the market is out there if you want to go high-tech, high-end, purchase, pay a pretty penny, or you want to, shop around for inexpensive footage or inexpensive equipment. you can actually capture the moment.
Well, and I can do you one better, Officer Tapao, because what you're seeing now with some of the newer apartment buildings and the condos popping up around the island, and to deter crime, they've actually got big signs that say this building monitored by CCTV units. You know, if you want to try and like launch a crime here and everything like that, you will get caught. And so they advertise that very, very prominently.
Yeah, and it's very effective because, you know, for one, the criminals are going to think twice, you know. And we always say that when people commit crime, it's a 50-50 chance. 50% they're going to get caught, 50% they're going to get away. And when you have equipment such as CC footage and everything that can actually capture that moment, now the criminal element's going to think, well, now there's an 80% chance I'm going to get caught, or a 20% chance I'm going to get away with it. And, it, you know, it betters the property owner. It gives them more of that self-assurance that you're going to be safe.
Well, what do we got this week for our crime of the week?
Unfortunately, this is a robbery that happened in one of our homes in Manila.
All right, well, let's find out what you can do to help solve this crime in the central part of the island.
On Wednesday, November 23rd at 1:40 in the morning, our officers from the Dedado Precinct Command responded to 132 Alta Street in Laddie Heights, Manila, in reference to an armed robbery that had just occurred. According to the police report, at around 1:30 in the afternoon, the homeowner had exited her home and was walking towards her carport when she saw a human-like silhouette by the side of her garage window. Immediately, the homeowner began yelling towards the garage window when an unknown male emerged holding a black handgun and rushed towards the victim. The victim then tried to run onto the main roadway to seek help, but was unsuccessful as the male suspect forcefully pushed her back into the property, causing the victim to fall into the concrete driveway. The male suspect then grabbed the victim's purse and fled towards the backyard as the victim gave chase and began yelling in hopes of drawing attention to her. The suspect then stops, tells the victim to be quiet, points the handgun into the air and fires one shot and scales over the wall onto the neighbor's property when the victim lost sight of the suspect. The victim described the suspect to be Male Chamorro, having a dark complexion and in his mid-20s. The suspect has a medium build and stands about 5'9" in height. The suspect was last seen wearing a black ball cap, dark shirt, and dark pants. As a result of the robbery, the victim sustained swelling to her head, however refused any medical care. Now, the Guam Crime Stoppers and the Guam Police Department need your help in reference to this robbery. If you have any information about this crime or any other crime, please call Guam Crime Stoppers at 477-HELP. That's 477-4357. You can also send a text to 486-HELP. That's 486-4357. You can also submit information of a crime through our webpage at guam.crimestoppersweb.com or call the Guam Police Department at 475-8615, 6 or 7. Guam Crime Stoppers wants to remind the public that we do not use caller ID and you do not have to leave your name. You can receive a cash reward of up to $1,000 if the information provided leads to the arrest and conviction for the person or persons responsible for this crime or any other crime.
All right, Officer Tapao, very duly noted about getting that kind of security system for your house. Certainly, it's a investment that goes a long way into your own safety and the security of your home. But where can people go for like more information, or how can they find out about what type of system is best for them?
You can shop around. You can check our local products or our local companies that provide the service, or you can just visit the web and shop on what's convenient for you. You know, what's more conducive to your budget and everything. You yourself, you know what will work in your home. But shop around. Make the right choice. You know, CCTV footage, we're starting to see more of it, and we would like to see in the coming future more homes having and more businesses and more housing compounds actually be equipped with CC footage.
Well, you know what I'm also seeing from my fellow tech geeks out there on the island? The ones that have implemented this and they've put this in their house, they're more than willing to go like on social media to interact with people, to share the benefits that they have. And they're like, hey, I did this, you should do this too. Yeah, everybody's cool.
Yeah, it's there. So just shop around, and what will work for you, it's your call, it's your home.
All right, thanks so much. Happy holidays again.
Hey, thanks again. Merry Christmas, everybody.
All right, everybody, please stay tuned because we are back right after this.
Take on the unseen with a car that checks your blind spots. The Nissan Maxima, Altima, and Sentra.
The Shop Guam E-Festival is back and better than ever. GVB has teamed up with over 100 Shop Guam vendors to give you access to hundreds of deals and discounts. Download the free Shop Guam mobile app and get real-time alerts on offers nearest you to dine, shop, play, and save just in time for the holiday season. Download the app now and start taking advantage of great deals. The Shop Guam E-Festival is a GVB signature event, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit.
We're celebrating Hyundai holidays at Cars Plus and Mighty. Get a head start on Santa and save thousands this Christmas with the award-winning 2017 Hyundai lineup, like the Hyundai Accent starting at $13,995 or the Hyundai Elantra starting at $17,995. How about the beautifully redesigned Hyundai Tucson starting at just $22,995? And best of all, every new and perfectly used vehicle comes with a Ganya Shopping Center gift certificate and up to $3,000 in bonus cash. Visit Cars Plus today for big savings and easy financing during our Hyundai Holiday Sales Event. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Get in. Oh my God.
We all live for football. And we're headed to the playoff. Life is a sport. The Ford Escape. Be unstoppable.
And before we close out the news tonight, here's our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Celebrating this weekend, happy 7th birthday, Ella. With lots of love from Mommy, Daddy, brothers Kai and Marcus, and the whole family. Happy birthday to you, Siani Antoinette Ogo. Also celebrating this weekend and turning 10, happy birthday to you, Matua Onimu Bigler Cruz. And happy birthday, Danilyn Tidinko. I hope I said that right. Danilyn Tidinko. Remember, you can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com, and make sure to include your name and your birthday and your photos so we can celebrate you. And that's all the time we have from all of us here at Guam's News Network. Thanks for watching and have a safe weekend.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT.